my fellow readers, it's iDark Symphony 777 with another fan fiction review. As always, a link to the stories will be in the description below. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, click on that bell for notifications, leave a comment in the comment section below on your thoughts on the story, and finally, this is my opinion. My opinion is not indicative of everyone in the world, so please respect that. So, we are getting close. So close. I'm going to be recording these next three videos like back to back, just so I can get these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stories out of the way, so I only have these 4 left. So close! Oh, so close! And then I don't have to do this anymore. No more ponies! No more ponies! Please. Except for Trixie. Leave Trixie alone. Trixie good. So, the next 2 stories I'm going to do is Through the Fire and Flames and Symphony for Moon and Sun. Oh boy, these stories. I have nothing to say about this story. Nothing? That's right, nothing. I have nothing to say about the story. Well, it has to be something you want to tell about the story. I mean, what else is there to say? It's like, oh, the plot. Okay, so Corona finds a blind dragon. Ooh, a blind dragon. How do you get blind? Oh, well, it decided one day, in revenge for its family getting killed, to stare in the sun all day and then get blind that way. That's actually really good. What happens next? Then we cut to the rest of the main 6 literally wandering around Canterlot. So you're telling me, yes, that this dragon, yes, just gets ignored, yes, until the very end. Well, that doesn't make much sense. Exactly. That's the story in a nutshell. It doesn't make sense. Oh, that's not it. Oh, that's not it? No, that's not all that's it. While they're running around Canterlot, Trixie shows them the sights. And then we get the first mention of Discord. Oh, Discord. Oh, Discord. Oh, who is Discord? Discord is... We don't talk about Discord. He's mentioned here, but he's not really mentioned because when they're wandering around the gardens looking at statues and they see where Discord is, but he's not there. That's because it's revealed Luna has like 1 billion wards around his statue, and he's like 6 feet under in that exact same spot. Granted, in like another story, Celestia says, "Oh well, I don't think that'd matter," and even Luna like agrees, like, "Yeah, if Discord wants to get out, he'll get out. Doesn't matter how you stop him, he will get out." Foreshadowing of season 2 that I'm not gonna talk about because I don't want to talk about this anymore. But anyway, back to the Luna main 6. They wander around and they go to the library and find out that it's being attacked by a bunch of salamanders. Oh, is anything done about these salamanders? No, they're not. They're just there, and they're there to revive their queen Medusa using the hourglass seen in this picture. Hello. They're gonna grab this to revive Medusa. Do they have any characters? No, they don't. They're just there. They fight they try to save the soldiers that are there that are not turned to stone. And then Trixie gets her magic taken and then gets kidnapped. And the other pony goes into like the caves under Canterlot to find them. And then nothing's really done because the salamanders are just there. What about the dragon? The dragon's not even matter until like the end of the story. That's something that's just sad. It's like there's a good story to be had here. It's half baked. Yes, it's half baked. It's like they had good ideas, but instead decided to just rush it. It's like I want to do a short story. Why not just do a story about Luna? Why not? I got why. Because Celestia was the one who summoned the salamanders to get the hourglass with the express purpose to to destroy the statue of Medusa, and also to get the salamanders to work for her. The fact is, we don't like you're expected to try and care about these guys, but you don't. Or the dragon's cool. I got nothing. Like nothing from characters. Like this character wise, this is actually like the weakest story in the second half. At least in like the Jackalope Valley Festival, which is just as weak. At least that has better characters. This is just there. It's just I don't know what to talk about. Oh, you're giving me a reason to care about the dragon. I like the dragon. He's a blind dragon who decides I'm going to stare at the sun all day. It's revenge. Okay. Everything goes blind from it. But yeah, you stare at the sun all day, you're gonna get blind. There's nothing. There's nothing else. Let's move on. Symphony for Moon and Sun. Huzzah! A great story. This is actually a sequel to Musicians and Dreamers. The reason I didn't do this story with that story is because this one happens farther, and it actually would kind of spoil a little bit more. Yes, because we have to do lots of stuff. Okay, I hate when I record when I just wake up. But I have to do it because I have work later today. But anyway, let's get into it. So, Symphony of Moon and Sun. The story actually stars Octavia and Lyra. Oh yeah, Lyra gets all the attention. Is it because she likes humans? Well, not in this version of Equestria, but she likes humans. She even still sits in that very awkward way that looks like a human. Oh wow. But this story actually starts not with Octavia, but with Greengrass. Ooh, the treacherous Greengrass. Oh, I say, you're not needed anymore. You're only for the bit for that first story. Oh, get out! Okay. So, story actually starts with Greengrass finding out that Octavia actually is the mole. He finds out that Trixie is proven to be a wily sort, and he figures out that someone under his employ is basically leaking the information. They trace it back to Octavia, but they realize, Octavia needs a punishment. It's like, I don't like betrayal. I really, really don't like betrayal. So, they decide to do this very, very crushing punishment. Perform the Symphony for Moon and Sun. Oh no. The Symphony for Moon and Sun is a composition in universe created by a top lyrical artist under Luna's employ during over 1,000 years ago. It was basically meant to tell the story of how Luna and Celestia, they worked together. Celestia went mad, and Luna having to put her down. Okay. Here's the thing. This song is deemed cursed by all the musicians in the world because the last act of the song, where Celestia actually beats Luna, was lost to time. So we actually get a bunch of hidden bonus chapters where we see a bunch of people trying to basically play the song, but they always try to give their interpretation of the ending. Except Sweet Song. She's basically mentally deficient, and she gets tricked to do it by her brother. But she doesn't really know what's going on. So, except for that one. The rest of them, on this one was a scam. This one was someone trying to just basically scam, try and get a bunch of money. But then Luna finds out and realizes, oh, you're fucked now. But yeah, the rest of these are just people who are trying to play the song for Luna. She shuns them. Then they have their lives and careers ruined. Except for Red Magician. He was not really a musician, So he kind of and there was a spinoff that kind of focused on him specifically to show that even after he played the symphony, he still managed to get some fame back because, well, he wasn't really a musician. He just wanted to do it for a folly. So yeah, there's that. So Octavia basically locks herself up in a room in Canterlot Tower, trying to learn to play and try and figure out what's going on. How do I do this? Lyra finds out about this through the newspaper, saying, "Oh, she's going to play the symphony. Oh no, she's gonna play it. Luna's gonna ruin her life." And then, befitting of the element of loyalty, goes to help Octavia. There's a lot of fighting going on that Octavia basically doesn't want to ruin Lyra's life because not only does Luna, not only does anyone who plays the song gets completely taken down in reputation, but so does anyone associated with that person. So Octavia, they basically fight at first because Octavia doesn't want Lyra to be connected to her because in context, Octavia doesn't believe in herself to actually get the song right. She's going to try her hardest, but she's worried that if she gets it wrong, she's going to bring Lyra down with her. And we get a whole bunch of outside shenanigans. This is where we continue the whole thread of a lot of people really don't like the Night Court because now we have a friend of hers who likes to walk up her tower. It's Fleur de Lis, is right. The name kind of spoils it. Who basically is as a spy under Luna's employ. She expressed her taste that she really absolutely despises the Night Court. Really doesn't like, just absolutely just hates it. And Greengrass, and then later Blue Blood actually finds out about this. Tries to make his own plans. He realizes like, oh, he's trying to make Octavia play this really hard song to get into Luna's inner sanctum. To play it, basically he knows that Greengrass manipulated it, but for the complete wrong reasons. Basically, he doesn't realize that Greengrass is specifically trying to ruin Octavia. Instead, he thinks, oh, he's trying to up her profile to in a I honestly don't remember why. That's like the consequence of reading these stories like 2 weeks ago. But not only that, but Blue Blood also causes more stirs by basically manipulating everything as well to basically drag Lyra into it. They fight. Lyra gets mad, leaves. Octavia has a realization that Lyra was really trying to help him out with some help from Fleur, basically slapping some sense into her. However, Lyra is the elemental loyalty for nothing. She was actually going to go help her go back and help her, but Octavia gets lost. Some guys under Blue Blood, they basically hypnotize Octavia, and yeah, they basically hypnotize Octavia. She manages to break free through test of will and also musical talent because she hums the music. And that causes her to causes her mind to clear up enough that she's able to, even under the spell, move and knock him out. Octavia, and also Fleur also helps by beating up the other two big ponies. And then they head to the theater. They meet, Octavia runs into Piano Amor, who's actually very old. She's actually the last. She was the 49th person, the last person before Octavia, and actually came the closest. Side note about this, there was actually an implication that Piano Amor just really was willing to get exiled for it, but she was just trying to get money for her family because her family was basically were basically very poor and destitute. And not only does Luna basically give her the money, saying you're not exiled, but also leaves the implication that she came the closest before Octavia. It was very melancholic at the end, but are more just took too far, and the implication that she was willing to give her another shot. Like she actually doesn't hate it. Just it's like I hope you have another. I hope you're able to impress me in the future. It's like no, I just never wanted to try it again out of fear of Luna hating her, which is actually kind of sad. And then Octavia, the 50th person to try it, nails it. Fiona Moore thanks her. Luna thanks her. And then we get like a big misunderstanding. It's like, what? Well, this is actually more of a common thing where a lot of people just never bother to ask. And Luna, befitting Luna's character in the story, wanted people to find out on their own. It's like this story, I think, perfectly embodies the difference between Luna and Celestia as a ruler. Because Celestia, she's willing to give a guiding hoof. It's like, well, you can figure it. It's like, she's very aloof. She's very befitting someone like Celestia. Will just, give it. It's like, I will leave the breadcrumbs, but it's up to them to connect the dots. While Luna's like, figure it out yourself, bitch. Where's the person to send to the moon? Right up, madam. Ah, excellent. What do you have to say to yourself? I regret nothing. I regret nothing. To the moon. Ah. Yeah. So yeah, that's more or less the plot. Characters for the story. We have two main characters. We have Octavia and Lyra. They're very well done. This is probably the best Lyra story. Why is there a dog barking in the background? I hear a dog barking in the background a lot. We have Octavia, who's very stubborn in her ways, very set, and basically is trying to figure everything out, and realizes that the inevitability of Greengrass planning this out, because she realizes easily that Greengrass is the reason why she's in this situation. And she realizes she has no choice but to do it because she knows she's going to fail. Because no one's ever able to get it except until her, because she actually talked around and figured things out. And even the nice touch of Octavia asking Lyra for help is like, well, what was Luna like when Corona came back? It's like, well, first she fought her, but then she basically begged Corona to take up the throne, be sisters again. It was really sad. And of course, that's how Octavia figured out how the final act went, which is really well done. Lyra's really well done as well as the person who's just trying to befriend, who's trying to help Octavia. She realizes that Octavia is suicidal. Granted, I can't remember. I think Lyra figured out it was Greengrass as well. But I like the little touches of Lyra embodying her loyalty, even when they fight when Octavia's just trying to save her life. Lyra kind of heartbreaks and goes to the train station and can't have to head back to Ponyville. And then right before she gets to the station, she realizes, no, that's not who I am, and then turns around and goes to the university to get a bunch of folders to show Octavia, to realize that their friendship means more. That even if she sacrificed her life to her career to help Octavia, she said it would be worth it in the end. It's a really nice dynamic that I think makes the story really well done. I'd actually argue it's just as good as Musicians and Dreamers. The only complaint I have about this is when we actually get to the symphony, there's a lot of musical babble at the end that I am just not familiar with. It just flew right over my head. I didn't know. I didn't get it. So yeah, it's just a thing that existed. that I never understood. And also, we see like the consequences of how dangerous this symphony was, where everyone just stopped talking to Octavia. Other all our other classes and stuff and appointments got canceled immediately. When she tried to look for Lyra at the university, they basically told her, "said You're not welcome here." It's really sad stuff, and it's really tragic. I don't know if there's anything I would change. I would say this is like really no. I can't remember. I can't remember. Oh no, this story. This story. I was thinking of this story. This one has some grammar errors. There seems to be like a running gag with this guy. He seems to have a lot of grammar errors. But the whole with Applejack makes sense because he's really making Applejack's southern accent thick. I would say clean up the grammar errors and add a drama tag, because I know you can add more tags to this. That's really it. This story is really good. I don't. As for my favorite part, I like the sweet song chapter. I think it's so tough. I think it's so heartbreaking, but also kind of uplifting in a way. So okay, so the context of this specific chapter is Sweet Song is the 39th attempt. The 39th attempt, and she's basically someone who is mentally disabled. She's not. She's something of a savant. Like, she can't really function that well in day-to-day life, but she's very, very good at playing the violin. Her brother, who I have to actually look up the chapter to see who the hell Offbeat. There we go. I just needed to go there and look up the name. Offbeat was something of a musician as well, but his family kept looking up to Sweet Song because not even because she was better at talent, but because of the mental illnesses. And so what happened was, when Offbeat became an adult, his parents basically politely asked him. They didn't demand him. They asked him, "Hey, you think you can, since you're an adult, you think you can help? You think you could be Sweet Song's musical manager?" And he says yes, very, very hatefully, because he kind of develops the idea that, oh, they're preferring Sweet Song over him because, oh, she's better at music. Oh, and he basically went to resent her, and then he basically found out about the Symphony of Moon and Song through secondhand knowledge, and he basically gave her the song and taught her the song to basically try and ruin her life. And he has tried before, because he basically plays like all these very, very hard compositions to basically destroy her mental states, faculties. Basically work herself to the bone until she passes out and she starves. And it's just kind of tragic. And then he basically gives her the song with the express purpose of trying to ruin her life. The reason I like this part is at the end, where Luna ain't no fool. She finds out. She really finds out. Yep. I'll have to wait. Princess Luna is quite interested to know exactly how Miss Song wound up playing that piece before. She felt that her agent, might have some idea. What? No! And basically, and then the author basically gave some reveal after it. And Luna basically decides, I'm gonna take care of you. You're not all there because Sweet Song is not all there, and basically gives her psychiatric care, gives her a safe environment. Yeah. And then also Sweet Song, and it also ended happily for Sweet Song. Sweet Song lost her passion for music. This is actually a very, very real situation where you can burn yourself out of a passion. And I think that's actually very sad because there's a reason why I do the gaming stuff. It's so I don't become burned out and lose my passion for reading. Because I often I have to take a break, and that break is usually through video games, so I don't burn myself out and lose the passion I have for reading. It's very, very, very sad. Then Sweet Song finds a passion in animals. I also like the fact that she basically is like leaves it vague for what happened to Offbeat. He got sent to the moon. Yeah. But yeah, that's simply for Moon and Sun. I like the story. I think it's really good. I would say Musicians and Dreamers are probably slightly better. But yeah, that is these two stories. And they've been Dark Symphony 777 and